Hello everyone, this is me Abhijoshi. First of all, welcome to my channel. So, this is the introduction to the dark side of the internet. I know you might have been hindering around the words like dark web, encrypted network, anonymity, confidentiality, Silk Road, blockchain, Ethereum, Monero, etc. 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 So, I know you might be very interested in talking about these things if you're a tech geek like me. So, I've just decided to make a lecture series on it. So, in this course, I'm going to be telling you how dark web works, how you can access dark web, what is deep web, what is Mariana web, how what is surface web, but how to use dark web. So in this course, I'm gonna be taking you a complete walkthrough of how dark web works, how the Tor internet network works, who made the dark web, how it is functioning all over the internet, what are the relays which are responsible for the anonymity over the internet and all. So I would just start my lecture with just telling you something about dark web. Dark web is a very dark side of the internet. And if I tell you a spitting fact, it is that the internet that you're using at the moment, like if you're using YouTube, Google, and many other services which are available on the internet, you might be thinking that it is a very major part of the internet. But you know what? Only the 4% part of the internet. Yeah, you heard it right. It is just the 4% part of the internet that you're using right now. It is called the surface web. Surface web is the web which we are currently using, which ends with the zoomin.com, .n, .xyz, .co, .academics, etc. 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 I means that they are the most common domains which are basically used by all over the internet. These domains are easily available for sale, buy, purchase, hosting your websites, etc. But the thing is, if we are talking about dark web is the dark side of the internet. To make things clear up for you, I'm gonna show you the internet iceberg. So yeah, this is the da- uh, internet iceberg. You can see here the surface web which you, your parents, your school teachers use. Google, Yahoo, Never, Yandex, all the websites which you have been commonly knowing all over your life are the things which is on the surface web. Behind this, you know that like an iceberg, there are the iceberg above the sea level is a very small part, and the more part of the iceberg is below the sea level. And where is the deep web and dark web is? So, deep web. Deep web is the first layer behind the surface web in our internet. Deep web simply means that it is a side of the web which is commonly available to the surface. You can say it's a link between the surface web and the deep web. Like for example, it's basically responsible for the cloud storage. You might be thinking, what kind of cloud storage? You can say the bank server stores their stores of their customers like IFSC codes, their account numbers, their name, their bank balance, etc., etc. in the deep web. They're all having their cloud storages in the deep web. Like it is all the information which is not commonly can be stored on the surface web. Second thing, it must be which are not easily available on the internet. Like if you're searching for a book which is basically banned in a particular area, or if you're trying to get a research paper which was very crucial, or it's a very sensitive data which is not which was available on the internet but by some authorities it had been put down, you can access those things in the deep web. Talking about dark web consists of onion sites. What do you mean by onion sites? Basically, dark web works on the onion router. So I know you might not be aware of onion router, or maybe you are aware about onion router. So in easy words, I might tell you, onion, as you know that onion has many layers. So like that, in an onion router, like the dark web, you are using Tor connectivity, or you can say onion routing connectivity to access the websites. What does it mean? It simply means that like an onion, there are many layers in it. Like one, there are, if you peel off an onion, you will get one layer, two layer, three layer, like that. Here onion layers represent your identity, the identity which is having your true data. Okay, so if you're using dark web, your identity is encrypted multiple times so that you are being anonymous over all the internet. Like no one is knowing, like the host service is not knowing who is accessing the internet. I will show you the complete walkthrough in this series of lectures. It's just a theory part, moving forward. So there are some key terms before you should know if you are starting your journey in the deep web, dark web. And there is also concept of Mariana web. So Mariana web is something which is below the dark web, and it's very sure you might not be knowing about it. And there's just a theory that a Mariana web exists in all, because Mariana web is something we're going to be talking about lecture rooms and live streams platforms. I know you might not be aware about it, but I will talk about it later. So first, to these all things which we are going to be talking about in this series of lectures. So the first thing is an encrypted network. An encrypted, you might be knowing that you use, like for example, if you're sharing hotspot to a friend, you are using WPA3 encryption, by which you are securing your network by using a password. The other person needs to enter this password to connect to your device, and you might be sharing some internet packets over all your devices. Okay, so encrypted network includes confidentiality, just provides a sense of anonymity and all. Okay, second thing, the second term you might be knowing must be anonymity, as we are talking about anonymous being, no identity over all the internet. What does anonymity mean? Anonymity simply means that you are not you're using. Like for example, I go to a shop, I buy something, but I was wearing a mask, and I got to another city to get that thing, because I don't want to reveal my identity. So that is what anonymity mean. It means that you are hiding your identity and still you are accessing the details. Okay, the third thing, cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency simply means it's just a digital currency you use over all the internet to do some purchases, to buy something over all the internet. It's just like you buy something from your credit cards, like using the card credentials, or you are using unified payment interface, you can say UPI. It's all like, moving forward, that is the Silk Road. I know you might be not knowing about these terms right now, but Silk Road was a marketplace for all the illegal drug trades over all the world, and it was being hosted on the dark web. There's a very great story about how the owner of the Silk Road has been arrested. I might tell you in the next series of lectures more. Fifth term, which you might be knowing, is blockchain. Blockchain is work of text to transaction. It basically stores all the information about all the transactions which are happening in the digital currencies over all the internet. So you can basically say that cryptocurrencies do not have a where all the details are being stored. So to access or to keep a record of all the transactions, blockchain works. And that is why we always say that it's very hard to hack cryptocurrencies, because all the blockchains are connected to each other. Like for example, if I want to hack your Bitcoin, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any kind of cryptocurrency transaction, I need to hack the entire blockchain. That every transaction which have been happened from the beginning when the cryptocurrencies first started, and that's why we say it's impossible to hack. So that is the reason why we use cryptocurrencies for doing payments over all the internet. So let's talk about some basic access websites which we use in the dark web. So the first thing, the first service, or you can say first website which we use, is DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is basically a secure, or you can say anonymous search engine. Like in the surface web, you use Google, Yahoo, or if you're using Brave browser, you might be using the or specific their own Brave search engine. But in the dark web, it's an anonymous search. It provides you an extra security of layer that your identity is not even being really revealed to the owners of the DuckDuckGo. The second thing, the second website or the second service which you can say, is the Hidden Wiki. Hidden Wiki, as in the surface web we are having Wikipedia, in the dark web or in the deep web we are having Hidden Wiki. Hidden Wiki, as you know, that Wikipedia is having all the information which we need about a specific topic or a specific thing. In the dark web, hidden wiki is having the addresses, or you can say URLs, of all the dark websites. As you might be knowing that we are accessing dark web, and it's a onion routing technology by which we use dark web. So all the websites are ending with the extension called .onion, or you can say it's a domain of the websites in the dark web. So all the websites are not having random names, like if it is Google, it's www.google.com. Like in a surface web, if we have to access Facebook, we simply know that the site name must start with Facebook. But in the dark web, the address of the, or you can say the address of the service, changes drastically over all the internet, and it always ends with the .onion extension, because we know that we are using onion routing technology to prevent ourselves or to hide our identity over all the internet. So the third service is child's play. Child's, you can say it's below, I think in the dark web it's child pornography site, or you can say child pornography service site, which is available on the dark web. So I want to say that never try to access this website because it's illegal, because you know that child porn is illegal. So it's just for your information purpose. So moving forward, the fourth thing which I'm going to be talking about is secure drop. So while sharing files in the dark web, we have to use some encryption too, because you know it's a dark web. So we use secure drop for encrypting our files and sharing it all over the internet if you're in a dark web or deep web. So these all are the key terms which you might be knowing before you should access the dark web. So in this video, that's all. I just going to walk through the key terms which are you must be know if you are might getting to know about dark web, deep web, and all. So in the next series of lecture, I'm gonna be telling you how to download the Tower project or how to access the deep web, and after that, moving forward, how to access the onion sites, and moving ahead into dark web. And I must be getting you through all these websites which I am going to be talking about, how illegal works are happening in that dark web. I'm going to walk you through though each website. I will show you. So be in this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.